I wanted to quickly show you guys today's 10-minute meal. Well, I have about 10 minutes to make it again because the school is having a picnic tonight and families are encouraged to bring dinner to the school, and they're gonna have bouncy castles and a whole bunch of fun stuff for the kids. So let me show you what quick meal I'm making for today. So I've got my basmati rice in there. I'm just gonna go give it a quick stir, and I'm not going to add any seasoning into this whatsoever. Normally, I would put in maybe like a chicken stock or beef stock or something like that if I have any kicking around, but I don't. So I'm just going to put in the water, put the lid on, and set it for 4 minutes. Now that the rice is done, I'm just going to always vent it off. Even if it's down, I always push this just in case. My rice is done. I'm just gonna put that off to the side. And I've pre-cut all of the honey garlic sausage. So I'm just gonna start cooking this up. And then when it's about maybe 90% done, I'm gonna throw in the rice and then show you the next step. So the kids love chicken fried rice. So I'm making a variation on that. And in here, I've got 3 honey garlic styled Italian sausages in there, and I already made basmati rice in my Instapot. So the way that I do it is I have this cheat sheet that I have taped into the inside cabinet door of my spice door, and I use this all the time. So it was 4 minutes and 1-to-1 ratio. So in here I've got 2 cups of rice, I did 2 cups of water, and I did it for 4 minutes. And because I was running around all over the place, I let it naturally vent out, which is fine because it's still a great consistency. Okay, so this great thing about this thing is, and I'm trying to film and not burn everything, I'm gonna just turn that down, is that you can use whatever kind of leftover vegetables you have. So I looked in the fridge, and because I'm running low on groceries, I ended up going into the freezer. So here are the vegetables that I have in the freezer. So I have a bag of corn and a bag of peas. So I just threw about 2 cups of each. And I've got this bag of organic mixed, I think it's like California mix, I think. But it's got different colored carrots in there, cauliflower, broccoli. I think there's something else in here. Oh, regular carrots, baby carrots. So now that this is almost 90% done, and it's whatever meat you have lying around the house. I've done this with pieces of ham that I've cut up. I've done this with raw chicken, with ground beef, like literally whatever you have around the house. I'm gonna now throw this in. I'm gonna throw the whole thing in, and I need both hands for this. I'll be right back. This is extremely hard to film with just one hand while I'm holding the phone. So I threw in all the mixed vegetables that were frozen, and I just gave this a good stir. Now, up until this point, I have not done any spices, no sauces, no nothing. I have some lettuce that I've got left over from the garden from lunch. So I'm just going to throw that in, a couple of mustard greens. They're going to wilt, some spinach in here as well. They're going to wilt between now and tomorrow anyways, so I might as well throw them in with the stir fry. So I'm just going to give that a good mix, and let's see in my spice drawer, or my spice cabinet rather, what kind of sauces and spices I can throw in here. So I'm just going to look in my spice cabinet and see what I have. So I'm not going to put any onions in because the kids are funny with onions. And I've got soy sauce, I've got sesame seed oil, and because I'm doing a honey garlic sausage, I'm actually going to grab this. This is a phenomenal blend. I'm not sponsored by anybody, but it's their turkey day garlic blend. So in there, it's got the garlic powder, sage, rosemary, and thyme. And because I'm doing a honey garlic Italian sausage, you need to base off your food and your spices off of that when you're thinking about what to add to it. So I've got this going on. And I'm just going to wait until the bigger veggies, like the broccoli and cauliflower, are thawed out before I add my rice in, because the rice is already cooked. All I'm going to do is put that at the very, very end, just as this is basically all done. And it needs a couple of minutes because Yeah, this is still really cold. All right, let's turn up the heat. And that's all I'm gonna do. So I'm just gonna wait till this is basically done cooking. Then I'm gonna add my rice and I'm gonna put my spices in at the end, and that's your meal. So now that the veggies are basically done and all thawed out and the meat is done, now you're ready to add your spices. So I also have a lot of spices coming in from the honey garlic sausage. So I'm just gonna add to that intense flavor. So because this is kind of like a chicken fried rice kind of inspired dish, I am gonna put a little bit of soy sauce in, and I am going to put in I'm trying to open it with one hand. I am gonna put in about a tablespoon and a half. Now keep in mind, you're also going to be adding rice to this. So rice is also going to be, you know, using up a lot of the flavor in this dish as well. And I'm going to slowly add in the rice, because if you add it in as one huge clump, trust me, I've done it before. It is so hard to mix it in unless you have this massive wok that you have the space and the arm strength to just go to town and mix it in. I find it a lot easier is if you just take it a little bit at a time, mix it in, and take your time with it. So I'm just gonna keep adding in the rice into here, and then we'll finish it off. So the kids are home. I've got to be really quick, and I'm just done incorporating everything. And then at the very end, you want to drizzle in some sesame seed oil to get that flavor. And then it's just to taste. I haven't added any salt in or anything like that. And let me just try it real quick. It needs a little bit of soy sauce, so I'm just going to add that in. But other than that, it tastes great, and we're going to go get ready. I'm just going to divvy this up into everyone's containers, and supper is done. And there we have it. So we've got everyone's dinners for tonight for the school picnic. And I've got some apples, some cucumbers, and then we've got a little bit of banana chips that we dehydrated the other night. And the dessert is going to be Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal. I use this for dessert. I actually never give it to my kids for breakfast, and it's their little treat. Thanks for spending some time with me in the kitchen. I'm gonna get everything packed up for the kids, but basically this is my husband's. I still have to figure out what to give them for dessert, or we might just have a popsicle or some ice cream at the school.